Hey YouTube, what's going on? So, Don't Starve, Reign of Giants. Reign of Giants is the expansion that came out, I believe it's a little bit... Is it 2 weeks ago? I believe it is 2 weeks ago. So it's been a while and I haven't covered it. I've been kind of busy and I feel really bad about it. I specifically feel really bad about it since it's one of my favorite games, at least as of late. And I feel like it's my responsibility to give it some credit since I love it and I think more people should play it. But I'm gonna be playing this as if it was the first time, as if it's a new game that I have experience with, since this is my first video of this on this channel. I've done it on MrRhexx Plays, so if you want to see that playthrough, the link is in the description if you want to go and see me play it. But since it is the first time me playing it on this channel, I'm gonna be explaining it as if you guys were noobs, as if I was starting out. So, as I always like to say, this game is kind of like Minecraft, right? Minecraft has two main purposes: to craft and to survive. Now, the crafting section of Minecraft holds a lot more importance than the surviving part. In this game, it's the reverse. This game holds a lot more importance to surviving than it does to crafting, and that's what makes it so interesting to me, the fact that you actually need to think about what you're doing to survive. You need to craft things just to survive, not to make cooler things, if you know what I mean. It's very different in its philosophical, I guess, road. You know what, whatever. There's multiple characters here that you can play as. Every character has different abilities, different advantages and disadvantages. For example, this guy can cut his magnificent beard to make an effigy, which will resurrect him. Why is that a big deal? It is a big deal because this game is hardcore, which means that when you die, it's over. It's all about surviving, that's what I'm saying. You die, it's over. And yeah, this guy is really strong. He gets stronger the fuller he is on his belly, which is kind of cool, but his sanity drops faster than other characters. So as you can see, all of them have like their own thing. I'm actually going to be playing with the performance artist. Why? This girl was actually added in the expansion, and since I'm covering the expansion, I figured that it might be a good idea to cover her. Now, this guy here that I still haven't unlocked is the spider bro. It's not actually called that, but you know. He befriends spiders, like he's neutral to them, and I believe he can actually use them as allies, and he can eat food that other people normally cannot, like, I guess, food that is considered gross. I believe he's actually the one character that can eat monster meat, which is fantastic. It's the type of meat that you get from defeating monsters, which normally people can't eat, but I believe he can, which is kind of cool. But we'll be playing as her. She is kind of cool. Anyways, excels in battle, gains power from fallen foes, only eats meat. Now this is the biggest disadvantage. I'm gonna be removing the mouse soon, so you guys don't have to worry about this whole thing. But she gets a bonus of 25%. Well, an extra 25% damage and an extra 25% resistance, which is pretty cool, which is this. And then gains power from fallen foes. She every time you kill something, she gets, well, more damage. But more importantly, she also gets hunger. Not like her hunger is reduced, but she actually eats, imaginary speaking. Her stomach gets full every time she eats she attacks people, not eats people. Which is kind of what's gonna be keeping us alive, since the fact that she can only eat meat will probably screw us up big time. Whatever, we're gonna keep the map as standard as possible. You can change whatever you want. We're not gonna do anything of the sort. I'm gonna go in so I can explain things a little bit better. Wrangling spiders. In certain keen sense of despair, I already feel it. I love the sense of humor in this game. It's very dark, in a cool way. I'm also running a mod. I'm not sure if it's active. I think oh. Alright, so excuse me for the cut there, but I removed my mouse from the video, so I believe people that watch Let's Plays of Don't Starve prefer for there to not be any mouse, because it can get kind of annoying. So, letting you guys not see that, which is good. I actually, and this is really rare, you don't get to get gears this early on in the game, which is fantastic. But anyways, let me just pick them up before I run here. We already start with a spike, so we don't have to worry about that. Anyways, that's my first time playing with this guy, so I'm kind of like, okay. Oh, and you can see there the mod. We can see how much hunger and health every item gives us, which is fantastic. It's a new thing. Anyways, I'm gonna be separating the videos into sections because I feel like I want to give you guys some tips, because this game can be quite overwhelming the first time you go through it. And I honestly, just straight from the heart, I want as many people as possible playing this game, because this game is amazing and I think it deserves a lot of recognition. And I just enjoy it just that much, and I want to make it easier on you guys. So this first episode is gonna be about exploration and survival. Okay, now the first thing that I guess your first task in this game is to survive the night. That is literally going to be the main enemy here in the very beginning of the game. Why? When darkness comes, when night falls, you die. Okay, it's not that harsh, but if you don't have a fire, if you don't have any source of light, you will die, because there's a monster in the darkness that consumes you if you can't see him. Which means that our first job is to create a fire. Now, creating a fire is pretty easy. All you need, as you can see here, is this grass that we've been picking, and you need logs. Oh, we have beefaloes here. Sometimes it can be kind of tough to find them, so it's nice that we're getting really lucky here, actually. We got beefaloes, and we got a... Oh, we start with meat. That's fantastic, too. She starts with meat, which is great. We also started with gears, which... I wonder what's that hunger health. We can't eat it. Or I guess maybe a class can eat it. I don't know if the root can... whatever. Okay. Gears are awesome because we can make a fridge out of it. But it doesn't matter. You don't have to worry about that yet. Making a fire is the first thing that you need to worry about. So, to make that happen, we need logs. Now, to actually cut some logs, we need an axe. So let's go ahead and create that. Honestly, the first day, it's all about exploration. It's all about picking up things from the floor. It's literally the only thing that you should be concerned about for the first day. Which means picking up flowers so that you can eventually create your heart or your garland, which is pretty important if you want to keep your sanity up. And picking up flint so you can actually create tools. So that then you can actually, well, break rocks like I'm doing. Like that. Or so that you can chop down trees, like... Though I already have the axe. Like so. There you go. It's gonna take a couple of swings, but we'll get there. Kaboom. Wait, kaboom. Uh-oh, okay, that's a bad enemy. Okay, whatever. We don't have to worry about those guys yet. The only thing important here is for you to get some trees, some logs, so that you can actually create a fire. It's the only thing that you have to worry about for the first day, since more than likely you will not go hungry, at least for the first day. Now, this is my first time playing with this girl, which means that I might run into some trouble since I'm not used to not being able to eat vegetables. I can only eat meat, as I mentioned before, which is gonna make this a little bit harder on me. Actually, very much harder on me. I'm gonna have to kill some pigs. I actually found those beefaloes. I might make my vase here, actually. Let me just grab some rocks because I want to make the big fire pit, which actually does require rugs. I can actually kill that guy too for meat, which is great. I'm gonna need that. I'm gonna make the fridge as soon as possible so I can actually keep this meat from dying. Hello, buddy. Can I see you? I can't. Okay. I want to kill you for that meat, bro. There you go. It's getting dark, but it's okay. We have what we need for a fire, so we don't have to worry about it. What I need to do today is to get as much meat as possible. I also want to set up a place to camp, which is the main... I mean, you don't need to find it on the first day. It's not really that necessary, but if we can find it, I believe it's going to be for the best. And I believe this is actually... We're getting really lucky with everything here in this game. We have our place here. So, how to pick a place? You need a place that either has beefaloes, pigmen, or a farm. Why is that important? If you camp nearby to pig houses, they will actually defend you. You're gonna find yourself in a situation where hounds are gonna start attacking you when you least expect them. Monsters are gonna come and kill you. Frogs can rain from the sky at certain points in the game. Like, things are gonna happen to you that you wish wouldn't happen to you. And sometimes you are not gonna be able to defend yourself. And when that happens, the pigmen will come to your rescue. Now, they are neutral to everything, right? But there are some enemies that are actually aggressive towards everything else. Enemies like spiders, like frogs, or hounds, or anything that's a monster tends to be aggressive against everything else, including pigs, which means the pigs are gonna fight them and help you out. I won't be able to, I don't have enough stones to make a big fire pit, so I'm gonna have to make the small one, which is fine. The small one doesn't last forever. It actually consumes itself after a while. That's why you make the big one, because the big one stays there. You need to keep feeding it logs, obviously, but the stones actually stay there. And you can also see it on the map, which is how you don't get lost and you find your way back home. But we'll get to that later. We just have to survive the night here. Sorry if I'm going really fast. I'm having a hard time kind of learning the nuances of the expansion, while at the same time explaining what I'm doing and then explaining how to survive, which can be quite overwhelming, as I mentioned before. Now let's go ahead and cook some. Just want to cook 2. I think 2 should be fine. As I said, I do want to keep them. Let me just drop a gold here. There you go. 2 should be good enough. As long as we keep battling and killing things, we should be fine. We don't want to kill all the beefaloes either, because we want them to reproduce. Otherwise, we will run out of meat. We'll have to go out. The maps are random. Everything is created randomly, so you might... I don't think you can actually get yourself in a map where there are no beefaloes, but I know that you can get in a map where there are only a few. And if that happens to you, and you kill them, you are screwed. Especially with a character like this. They can only eat meat. But, as I said, if you can camp in a place with big houses, it's probably for the best, because they'll help you, they'll defend you, it's great. You can also make it close to beefaloes, because that gives you a safe place to farm meat. Especially during the winter, when things can get quite hairy, since you won't be able to go far away from your camp as much, since you can actually die out of just sheer cold. And having the beefaloes close to you means, you know, you'll get to live another day. You can actually hunt during winter, which is a big deal. Now, what are we gonna do for the next day? We should probably get some rocks and some more logs, so that we can actually make our fire pit, our big one. We should also continue to hunt for meat, which I think is pretty important, and eventually create a science machine. So yeah, overall, logs and stone seems to be what we require. I'm gonna try to find yeah, you know what, logs. Let's just get a bunch of logs first, and then we can worry about anything else. If you're playing any other character, you can always just chop down these trees here, and you can eat the nut that they drop. You see that little nut, birch nut? You can actually eat that, and well, since you can just replant these trees as many times as you want, and they're right there and they reproduce by themselves, I mean, you can just... They're pretty much like an infinite source of food, I guess, technically, which is nice. Just kill this guy as well. No, actually, I don't want to kill him, because I don't want to... I have meat enough, so I don't have to worry about that yet, but... normal spear, I have my ball. I don't know which one's stronger. I'll have to check that later. It's got this. Get some more lugs. I do want a lot of them. It's probably going to be really useful to us. There's stone. You can find stone just pretty much anywhere in the game. Just like flintstone, you can find them anywhere. Flint, not flintstone. The Flintstones, yeah. You can find them anywhere. One thing to note is that the flint is actually not renewable. There's only enough flint in the game. There's only so much, so if you misuse it somehow, like if you start creating too many tools that you don't need, or you start dropping them and losing them or whatever, you can actually run out of flint. So that's something that you guys should be very careful about. Don't be dumb, guys. Keep your flint. We got some berries which we cannot eat, so I guess it doesn't matter. There's an evil plant here. Evil flower. Ooh, Maxwell's door. That actually leads us to, I believe it's adventure mode. We don't have to worry about that since we're just playing survival. We're just playing the basic, I guess, sandbox mode, which is what I enjoy playing. So that's what we're gonna be doing. We don't have to worry about that. So as I said, yeah, picking your place, very important, guys. Pick a good place. Usually with pigmen, it's my favorite place because they can defend you, and you actually do need them. It's especially good since when you're attacked, and your pigmen friends die, they actually drop meat, which is amazing. It's like pretty much free meat, so it's kind of a big deal. It's good. Also, make sure to make your garland. It's nice also for your sanity. Just in general, just see what I'm doing. Oh, meat. Awesome. Seems like the tree killed a cat. It's good for us. It's always gonna be good for us. Great, yeah. Nuts that I cannot eat, whatever. We have enough logs, I believe. We have, what? Can't see. We have 15. That should be good enough. Now let's get some stones. I guess we're gonna have to do some research. We're gonna have to walk around, see what we can find. Hello, bros. Manure. We don't need manure any. I don't think we're ever gonna need it since we can't. You use manure to raise plants, to like fertilize plants, but we can't eat them, so I guess it doesn't really matter now, does it? Our job now is to find stones, so we can make a nice little village for ourselves. Do you guys see any stone around here? Dude, I honestly think that my place where I'm setting up is like beautiful. We got a beehive here close by if we need honey. We got a couple of cat spawners that will automatically die because the trees were gonna kill them, so we don't even have to fight them, which is amazing. We got pigs to defend us. We got beefaloes. This is beautiful, you guys. Completely beautiful. Now, we're entering... This is new from the expansion, tumbleweeds. They'll drop you twigs and grass, which is nice. Sometimes they also drop you, like, I guess, ropes and things like that. Just, you know, whatever you can make out of grass and whatever you can make out of twigs, they'll drop, which is kind of nice. Ooh, boulder. So we can break this. These type of boulders are new from the expansion. You can find them on arid lands. I'm not too experienced with them. As I said, I've only played one character with the expansion, and I got to level 17. Died by one of the giants from the expansion, which it was the burglar or whatever, the huge one from Autumn. It's every season has like its own giant that can come and kill you, which is pretty bad. Whatever. We got our stones here. I'll see you guys by the camp. Now we're gonna be setting up our fire pit here, just right there in the middle, so that we know that people are gonna come to our defense if we get in danger. We're also gonna cook these 2 meats, which we need since I'm kind of apparently dying here of hunger. Eat. And there you go. Well, now that it's getting darker and we pretty much have everything we want to, right? We can make the science machine. There you go. This will allow us to make more things. It opens up a lot of tiers for us. Basic farms. Parasol, which is really good. Can we make a bag? What do we need for the bag? If I can find it here. Umbrella, healing self, compass. There it is, backpack. So useful. Now we can actually carry things. Anyways, all right. Let me just sit here for a second and help you guys out with your character. So, as I said, exploration. All right, basic survival stuff. Show you guys most important things that you need. Pretty much are all found on the ground for the first couple of days, alright? That's the only thing you need to worry about. Getting a fire working, getting all the tools that you need, and getting all the food that you need. Now, with my character, things are obviously going to be a little bit more crazy since I can't eat carrots. I don't know what happens if I do. There you go, that's what happens. She just will refuse to eat it, which is kind of sad. It's gonna be a lot different for me, but for you guys, if you're playing any other character, just go out, find carrots on the floor, find berry bushes. Really easy. Go and destroy these trees and get the nuts. They will feed you as well. Some mushrooms will also. You can only get them like through the night unless you have like a shovel. But you know, regardless, with the other characters, surviving is really simple for the first couple of days. Things are not that problematic. And as far as exploration is concerned, all you need to do is find the place where you want to set up shop. That is the most important thing, alright? And that's gonna be pretty much it for this video, because that's all the basics that I want to give you as far as exploration and survival is concerned for the first couple of days. Find the place where you want to set up, alright, as I explained. Oh, it's also very good if you can find a place close to maybe like a pond for fishes, especially with a character like mine, since fishes are probably the best like renewable resources you can find that are easy to get, especially since frogs also spawn them. So or they spawn frogs, that's what I meant. And frogs will also drop you meat, which as a character like this, it come really handy. So I'm gonna have to find that, but otherwise, yes, pigmen, beefaloes, ponds, those are the things you need to be looking for when you're choosing a place to set camp. And that's it. I know the video's not gonna be that long, but that's gonna be it for this one. Tomorrow we will talk about combat, what weapons are good, and what armors are good, and how to get them. Figure it's probably best to do that on the next episode since I'm gonna be doing a lot of hunting, I guess, so that I can actually make some, or get some food. Otherwise I'm gonna die. Anyways, see you guys next time.